There's a lot of them. It took a really long time to do, but I published a lot of comics. But tonight, I have something really important to focus on. It's called the FIRESHINE Project from Romaine. Romaine, it's great to be with you. We're going to talk about FIRESHINE. You're going to tell us things that we've never heard before about FIRESHINE, all about you as a creator. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
No problem, man.
Great to be with you. It's great to be with you. You know, you and I met, I think it was a month ago or so. It's so funny because COMICSGATE time goes really fast. Like things
Yeah.
happen really quickly. So whatever happened yesterday, it seems like it was like a month ago, but it's been a good 4 or 5 weeks or so. You just launched FIRESHINE. We were talking, and I'm really, really happy that FIRESHINE is funded. I want to switch. I want to switch to the FIRESHINE screen so people can look at FIRESHINE. Um, so you had a very limited goal. Your goal was only for $500, which is not a big goal, but you have almost the whole book done already, and you knew you were working on this book for years, right?
Yeah.
So our main thing, your main thing was, let me get this thing funded, let me get it out to people, let me get people to see what Romaine can do, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. So let me ask you a little bit. We'll go through everything with FIRESHINE, and if the chat has any cool FIRESHINE questions, we're going to hit those up too, of course. Um, how long have you been working on FIRESHINE?
I've been working on this book since I was like 14 years old. I'm
So is that
32 now.
you're 32?
Yeah.
Oh, man, to be young again, to be young again. Oh, there's our
You
friend
know,
Brian. Hey, Brian, good to see you,
hey,
man. Good to see you. And thanks for coming early too, Edwin. We appreciate you, Edwin the Ace.
hey,
Edwin's the real COMICSGATE guy. If Edwin says you're cool, you're cool. If Edwin says you're not cool, you got to sit down with him if he will see you and he will tell you, look, this is what you need to do. Even Caesar goes to Edwin. But in
yeah.
any event, um, you've been working on this since you were 14.
Yes.
So that's like, this is like a life's dream to put out this book for you?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Ever since then, creating this style that I have, creating the story, everything is original just for this book. And I put away everything, stop watching all animes and all the stuff that I used to do just to focus on this story because I didn't want any like cross contamination, if you will. Like I didn't want to be inspired by anything else.
Wait, you stopped looking at all potential influences so you could do
Yes.
something. Wow.
Yeah, I like cut it off,
For how
Everybody was
long?
here watching Naruto and One Piece and everything. I just said no. I'm gonna focus on my book, FIRESHINE, and try to come up with something truly unique.
That
And
is amazing.
that's what I did. Even to this day, I'm so behind on all those shows. It'll take me probably like 5 years to finish watching. So
So
anyway,
how long was that for? Did you cut everything else off for?
that's since I was like 22 years old, I believe.
So
So
for
almost
like,
a decade now.
do you watch movies? I mean,
Yeah, sometimes certain movies.
okay.
Yeah,
But you don't watch like anime, animation.
I do only certain shows that I watch. Like I'll watch
Wow.
Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia. You
So you
know,
were 14. When did you first get like, you know what? I love comics. I know we have a cool story together. Let's
yeah,
let's
it's since
let's
man
let's
since
put
I
that
was
comic up, brother. I
a
love that.
boy.
That is like my favorite ComicsGate story. Yeah, there it is. That's a comic book that you got in the 90s, but is that the comic that first got you interested really in comics?
No, not really. What got me into comics was when I was a boy, very young, like probably 3, and I was in Jamaica and I saw what was Jim Lee,
Hmm.
he's X-Men, and I saw like the Archie Sonic comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when I came here into America, I started watching cartoons and stuff more. I saw Doug, and Doug is all about him making his comic book and stuff like that. So like every day I'll draw my own book, like how Doug would do it, but I'll draw like my whole family. And I filled out notebooks after notebooks of just comics, and
Interesting.
it this just been my whole life, man. Like comics has been my whole life. I have been practicing ever since I could remember.
That's really, really cool. So now the story with this
Now,
comic
yeah,
was,
sorry.
th-
The story
yeah,
with
no,
this,
you don't. No, I wanted to hear that part because I never heard that part before. Jim Lee, seeing Jim Lee's art really inspire you.
yeah,
Just get excited about comics and work on comics, and it's cool to know that because it's your story. But when your comics come out, it's going to be some other kid's story.
yeah,
You know. So now this comic you were telling me was given to you as a gift. What's the story with this one again, my friend?
yeah. It was my eighth grade homeroom teacher. She saw the potential in me, and her son is a big comic book fan. And I guess she got this book from her son to give to me as a gift.
Very cool. And that when you got this book, you've held on to this book as like kind of inspiration.
Yes,
And this is this kind of also like maybe it's the first book somebody gave to you, like, hey man, I believe in
yes,
you.
it actually is the first book. And when I was
Yeah, I
in
have a
high
couple.
school, I got two more what was it Avengers,
Mm.
two
So
Avengers old
the
school
thing that I
figures.
really loved about this was you had you had seen me on a stream talking about Triumphant Comics. This is a Triumphant comic. This is
Yeah,
actually a comic book that I published in like 1994.
that's the
That was
crazy
like
part.
our first connection. So it's very cool. You know, I got to get you like a signed copy of that or something like that.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, man, you more than deserve it. But it's very cool that you've held on to it, and it was significant for you. And then we met again in ComicsGate, and here we are talking about your book that is 100% funded already, and now we're just building it up to even make it more successful, get more people to see it. And
Yeah,
that's just your first project. So many more projects to come. So that's just kind of like the magic of comics and the magic of ComicsGate. That people love comics, and people love what they do, and they get a chance to do it, and then you never know what it's going to turn into. Now you're saying you're making your own. You kind of created your own style.
yeah. I try to put like everything that I love about everyone else, like Todd McFarlane and Akira Toriyama, and like everybody that I love, basically.
I've
When I was
seen people.
younger.
I've seen people comment on your work and say that it kind of reminds them a little of this or reminds them a little of that. But I've never seen anyone say, "Oh, Romaine, your work looks exactly like this," or "It looks exactly like
Yeah,
that." And nobody ever denigrates it. No one ever said, "Oh, it's not cool." Everyone thinks it's extremely cool.
everyone thinks it's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal, especially for a first book. Because if you look at some people's first work, whoops, you look at some people's first work, um, it's not always all that good. And it takes
yeah,
them a little time to kind of get in their groove. And it just kind of goes to show, like, as you get going, we're going to see better and better and better things from you, obviously, which is great for comics and it's great for you. And it's going to turn this into a real business for you, man.
yeah, man. I really, this is my life dream. This is what I want to do. Creating Black Ember Comics. This is not the only book there is that I have. I have like 4 or 5 more already started.
Oh
And
my God.
this is like me saying to the world, hey, I'm here, I'm serious about this. I'm not charging 10 grand for it because I
Hmm.
know I probably will never get that. So I started low, just to get it out there in people's hands, you know see
Yeah.
the
And
reaction.
that was really smart because you're able to have a success and you can't
Yeah,
build on a success if you don't have a success.
exactly.
And the thing too is you don't have a YouTube channel yet, right?
I have a YouTube channel, but I'm not using it currently.
Okay. Well, the thing of it is this is people
Other
buy the
than this
books.
video.
A lot of times people want to buy these books when they get to know the person, and they know who you are, but they get to know your work and they get to know more about you, and you can just kind of see what everybody else does that they're successful with and kind of put your own spin on it. But your numbers will be bigger as more people get to know who you are. And I can tell you with YouTube, like, look, obviously sometimes it's starts off slow. I have a relatively small-ish channel, but more and more and more people get to know me, and it's been helpful for me. It's been helpful for people that come on the show. So it's just something to build up, and you're just getting known in ComicsGate right now, but
Yeah,
more and more people know what FIRESHINE is. You know, so the more people that know about it, the more people get a chance to buy it.
yeah.
So I've heard you talk about the story of FIRESHINE. It is a little complicated, but just in the easiest way for people to kind of like just get it. Like, tell us what FIRESHINE is about. Just and no pressure on that. Just like talk about what FIRESHINE is, so people understand. Like, all right, what's the story? It's the artwork is very compelling. It's interesting. There's a lizard guy. Um, what's the story of FIRESHINE?
Well, I think it's like when I'm explaining it, I overcomplicate it because when you read the book, you're not really getting all that story. So it's actually I'm giving you extra in order to like,
Okay.
pull people in. But basically it's five siblings that are just rivals, always wanting to top one another. And the big brother, he's coming back from a mission and they basically jump him. But at the same time, he's trying to warn them that there's serious danger in the
Hmm.
midst and they need to stop playing around. But with little brothers and sisters, they think that you're lying and they
Yeah.
want to prove themselves. So that's what happens until tragedy strikes and they get hurt and thrown into a battle of life and death. And
Wow.
giant monsters and giant transformations happen, and then you're introduced basically to the backstory of how this whole world came into be, this floating continent that they live in, and
Who
why they feel so safe, and why
who is
they're so surprised that they're being attacked the way they are.
bro? Who is this character with all these like cool magical colors around them?
I don't even want to know. Should I tell you that? No.
Well, I was actually it's funny because I must joke with you on some other stream about this because I was like somebody was like, "Don't tell him all your secrets." I'm like, I am going to get all of Rose's secrets
No,
from
you
Fire.
can't get all my
Well,
secrets,
I mean,
man.
you're showing this character. eh, you know what your story is, so you don't want to ruin like every surprise thing in your story. But the thing is, like, you could at least say, like, is this like one of the main characters where we see a lot
Yes,
of this
it's
character?
it is one of the
Character's
main
cool.
characters. It's is one of the main characters. The story is focused on him and his sister.
Is this something you colored recently, like this one page? Because
No, I did that like 2 years ago
wow.
or more. I recently put in like all the special effects, like the glowing effects and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Those crystal looking things. But
Is
I
that
always wanted to do that, but I didn't have the technology at the time to do that. So
oh wow.
now that I
Oh, so you're
have,
able to add to it.
yeah, I'm able to add to it
Oh,
to
that's so cool.
pull out my vision more.
Very
Because I
cool.
wish I could draw like how I see things in my head. It's like
Oh my
I
god.
draw better in my head.
I don't even know what's going on in there, ish. That's very creative. Very, very creative.
Yeah.
All right. So this is one of the main characters. They look very interesting and magical and cool. Um, I already backed your book. So I'm getting the Fireshine book, but I'm sure people are going to get more and more interested
Yeah,
in
I mean, there's a hint on the cover. If you could figure out the cover, there's a
mm,
story. The whole story is laid out on that cover right there.
oh my god. There's a lot going on that cover.
Yeah, when you read it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Man, that is interesting. So now, how many pages is this book again?
It's gonna be 50 plus pages. I thought it would be 50, but I just realized no, it really isn't. I actually took a page out and added pages, and it. And I didn't factor in like the cover pages for each chapter.
Yeah.
It's actually
Oh,
3 chapters, but just a few pages of chapter 3. It's like a sneak
okay.
peek into the next book.
Okay. So it might be even as many as 60 pages.
Yes, maybe, yeah.
All
But
right,
second edition is 80 plus pages.
don't get too crazy with the pages. That's what I tell all my friends in business because just having made more than 1,000 comics, I can tell you the man of 1,000 comics. That should be my nickname.
Yeah,
It can get away from you quickly. So you just have to, as Ethan Van Sciver was saying about Cyberfrog, he wanted to make it more and more and more and more pages, and then ultimately he's like, all right, 80 pages, that's it. I
yeah,
have
but
to.
these pages are already done already, so
Ah, oh, you're talking about just counting your pages.
Yeah,
Well, count them then. I mean,
I
you
counted them.
count them. All right. Well, you just want to,
Trying to
you want to
balance it out.
plan as much of the production as you can,
Yeah.
obviously, to make it flow. All right.
Turn on the rice.
Who is
Yeah,
this lizard guy? See, he seems bad.
turn down the rice. He's the guy that invaded their realm.
Lizard guys are no good. I don't like lizard
He
guys.
invaded, and he's the one that's come to collect the DNA from the two twins there at the bottom.
Okay. Ah.
Yeah, because the reason why they're here is because they were like genetically changed from the womb, from inside their mother's womb, or should I say, from the sperm itself.
I don't know. Either way, twins.
You're gonna see what I'm saying.
Okay. Really interesting. Really interesting,
But
Romain.
their father's body was corrupted
Okay. I gotcha. And then
that
it's
way.
part of the DNA. And
Yeah,
he's collecting the DNA. Oh, I like your use of light here too. That's very cool. You do all this too, the lettering too, right?
yeah,
A lot of work, Romain. A lot of work.
yeah. It is, man. A lot of sleepless nights.
Have you printed any test copies of this to see how your colors show up?
No, not yet.
Okay. When you're ready to do that, you might talk to a couple of us other publisher guys and get some advice. I don't have fantastic advice except to know that we ought to ask a couple of the other guys and see what they suggest about like how do we tell the printer what to do, and because just reproducing the colors is not always the same thing. It's there's different paper stocks can give you different quality, whether it's 60 pound or 80 pound, and it's not a giant difference in cost. And also, if it's printed with, I don't know if it's printed digitally. This will be printed digitally because you're not doing a ton of copies, which makes
Yeah.
sense. A lot of them are, but they can still look excellent. You have to make sure it's the right printer for you. Um,
Turn down the rice. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. How many pages are you showing here?
I think 16.
You added extra pages since I last looked.
Yeah, I did
Very cool.
since the last time. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the tiers here to understand. There are people that are going to want to back this. Now, I want to see you add make a featured tier. So just for someone that is like, look, obviously there's always the one at the bottom that they could spend the most money on, but there's also a featured tier you can have where it's like that's the thing that you recommend people buy. Now, you had a piece of art going around, and I saw a new piece of art, person after person. Oop, that's the old comic. Person after person commenting on it, saying how cool it looked,
Yeah.
and I thought it looked cool, but I was impressed because I know some of those names of people that were like, "Hey, this is cool. This is cool. Um, I'd love to get that as a poster. I'd love to have that on my wall." This is a character from Fireshine.
Yeah. That's the big brother.
Oh, that's the big. See, you gave away a secret.
That's the character you see in the
He's
beginning.
got
Yeah.
a sword. He's got a little friend. Looks like with eyes in the background. Maybe is that eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
maybe
all kind of eyes background.
another secret. So
Yeah.
this is something that you just added because you saw that everybody really loved this art. You just added this as a cover B,
Yep.
and this is the expanded edition.
Hmm.
Um, boop, boop, special edition or expanded edition? Wait a
Yeah. It's a
minute.
special edition.
This is a special edition with B.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to. Okay, people are noticing this art, so this art has to be featured. So that art really ought to be here, even though that art is beautiful. This art's beautiful too, but it will also help to sell that book. So I mean, ideally, what you would do is this would be your featured item right here, Fireshine cover B, or you'd make a featured item that would have be cover B and cover. Excuse me, I keep getting lost. Cover A,
Hmm.
this special edition, so that you'd have a set of like two for $45, let's say. Um, so for $45, boom, people just get both of those. And I've seen a lot of ComicsGate guys have like two books and have it be like, something like that, 40, 45 or 40 or $50. In my case, it was the book and the ash can together were $50. But 23 and 23, 45, wouldn't be bad if you want to do that. But at the very least, it would be great to see this at the top. People like this
Yeah.
art.
How do
They're
you do
interested.
that, sir? I do not know how to do that.
Okay. Um, let's take a look. We'll go on to College of the Dead,
Okay.
campaign editor, perks. Hopefully, we're not going to show things we're not supposed to, but we'll see. Okay. So I have a couple of secret perks and things like that over here. So do you see it
Mhm.
pink here where it says featured?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you click over here. This is on just any perk. I could have done. I'll do it with the comic, loose comic. I'll switch it. So over here, duplicate perk, set as featured perk, set up add-ons, hide perk. So I'm going to click over here, set as featured perk.
Okay.
Now it moved the comic book to the top, and I've screwed up my listing. So let me fix it now. Okay, I'll go down over here. I'm not mad that I screwed it up. I did it on purpose. I knew what I'm doing. So now I'm going to move this as oh, and then let me just show you that. I want you to see how it works. View campaign, bing bang boom, and you'll see now the comic is the featured instead of the ash can, and it gets pushed to the top.
Okay.
See?
I
So
get
that
it now.
got it. Yeah, well, and you also hid the other ones that you didn't need. Some perks people are interested in, some perks they're not interested in. And fine, whatever people like, they like, and people will tell you what they like when they spend their money. If they're not buying it, they don't like it. It's like, all right, come up with something else. It's okay, no hard feelings. Whatever works, works. Yeah, I did have some extra crazy perks and cool little things I was going to try, but the thing is, you just kind of experiment, see what works. But when people like something, you give it to them. That's the best thing. That's very comics, Kate. Is people like something, we give it to them, and then they're happy and we're happy. So a good way for people to get involved in buying this book is to either the difference between the special edition and the regular edition. The regular edition is $12, and it's going to be how many pages is that going to be?
Like probably 54,
Okay,
50
probably
plus.
about
Put 50 plus pages.
50 plus. Gotcha. Now the special edition is different. How so?
That has all the sketches and character designs and some pinups and all kind of like production work that I did. It's basically a making of. It's the making of Fireshine. You
How
know,
many how many extra pages? It's not
uh,
just the
it's
making of though. It's the
not
full
just
comic plus. It's like expanded, right?
yeah,
Okay. Do you know roughly how many extra pages? 20 or
30.
so? Oh my god. Big book. Okay. Then you made a black and white manga style special edition. Everybody really likes your black and white work as well. They see
Yeah,
your black and white work and they're like, "Wow, Romaine, that's hot. That's cool. You should do a black and white version of your comic." So you're like, "All right, I'll make a black and white version." And that's what this is, right?
yeah,
If you take out all the amazing color and you just see the gorgeous black and white line work, which is, it's a trade-off, right? There's no way to see how cool the black and white lines are when you have all the color in there.
yeah,
So, but the color is beautiful too. So sometimes you got to choose. Well, not in this case, right? You don't have to choose. You can get the color comic and you can get the black and white one. In fact, as we're talking about it now, it makes me realize it may be a good idea to just have a set,
yeah. That's
where you
all.
get one of everything.
Yeah,
And then people just be like, okay, I get. but not when I mean one of everything, not the T-shirts and the poster, even just all the comics. You know what I mean? Like all the versions of the comics. So if there's the regular edition, the expanded edition, the black and white, Fireshine cover B. That's all the comics. So like those three. So
Hmm.
you get four, well, those four, isn't it four? Because it's Fireshine one, the special edition,
Special edition,
yeah, and then the black and white makes
and then
four.
the black and white special edition.
So we add all that up, and it's less than $100. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's in an $80 range or something like that. You know, whatever the dollars are, they add up together, and people could just buy that, and you get the full set. That's better than maybe just than the A and B.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But if you're gonna make something featured, I wouldn't go too nuts. I would keep featured like $50 and under. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
John Malin's campaign just finished last night. A huge success. And if you look at how he laid out um, Graveyard Shift 2, he did have one featured perk at the top that was like $75, and you got a whole bunch of extra stuff. And it worked for him because it's such a huge event that people are buying his book. Um, so I don't know. I would think, for just starting out and building your fan base, $50 would probably be the limit on that. But when people see it and they're excited about it, they see this beautiful art. They're like, "Hey, I want to buy this." Like, cool, here it goes, $50. Boom. You know what I mean? Rather than starting at 12.
Yeah,
So that's all. So nothing wrong with that. That's why as you learn and by the way, some things work, some things don't. You try them as you learn. You get going on this. Like you do what works. It works for you, and you build your following. Everyone gets the books. They're happy. It's going to be fantastic, man.
yeah.
All right. You also have two signed copies for $24, but these are the regular editions, not the expanded.
Hmm.
All right, and then you have these two special edition books, which are 46.
All of them are signed, by the way.
All
All-
the books are coming signed.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then you also have these T-shirts, the Ultimate Ember Pack, which somebody did get.
Hmm.
Very cool. And the Ultimate Ember, what does that have in it?
Huh?
Let's see what
Well,
that
my
has.
comic is Black Ember Comics, my comic book company.
Black Ember Comics. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, and what this has in it? Ultimate Ember has a Fireshine #1, a Fireshine T-shirt, Fireshine poster, and then another Fireshine T-shirt. Very cool. Very cool. So I could see someone spending $50 on you and being like, I like this guy. I want to buy his book. And that's definitely what people should be doing. All right. So who is this character? No, only kidding. You can't tell me. No, we know sort of who that character is, but they're very cool. We know that. All
Yeah.
right. So what other stuff should we know about Fireshine?
Um, what other stuff should you know about
This
fire?
is like the first big thing you ever created, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's comes up with one little idea or another little idea.
It's like the Lord of the Rings. Put it that way. It's
So it's
my
not
Lord of the
it's
Rings.
not ambitious or anything like that. Well,
Uh,
it's funny. I fall into the same thing sometimes when I want to work on something and I don't think about how enormous it is.
yeah, it's this book, this world that I created is it's huge,
Hmm.
very huge.
So this is now. So when you do your other ideas, are they going to be mixed into this world?
Yes, there. I'm
Oh, cool.
starting my own universe, my own
Okay,
Black Ember universe.
can do
Yeah,
it, man. You just start in the beginning and you just keep going.
yeah, they're all gonna be intertwined in some way.
Excellent, excellent, very exciting. All right, and then Fireshine #1. You're still planning on shipping that in October? How's that looking?
It's still doable, but life throws a monkey wrench in everything
Every now and then. Every
every
now and
now
then.
and then. So
All right.
there's a little bit
So
of
it's
slowdown, but
If not October, soon after.
yeah,
Very
hopefully
cool.
by the end of October, everything
Okay.
should be shipping.
You got 6 weeks. You can do it. You just got to get on it and be like, all right, here's who the guy is that's going to print it. Talk to them about how they want the files. Try and get samples from them if you can. Um, and talk to some other guys about any questions that you have. And you could ask me anything, and anything I don't know, I'll ask somebody else, and we'll figure it out. We'll get it done. It's all about the teamwork. I'm really excited for you. I think it's just great that you're doing this. I know this project's really important to you. I love that it's almost completely done and you just have to put finishing touches on it. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was one of the backers. I am sure that this campaign is going to get itself up to $1,000. You're doing great on this channel, and there are other people that are curious about you. That the Jam guy. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
I,
I was on his show last week.
oh, you were on him already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. It's a very
Yeah.
hard to keep track,
And
but
I
very.
was supposed to be on mailing tomorrow, but
Mhm.
you know,
John
and,
Malin had issues.
Wednesday I'm gonna be on Antonio.
Oh, Antonio's got a great channel. He's got
Yeah,
a
I'm
great
gonna
channel.
be on
He's a great
Antonio's
guy.
channel.
There's no
And
way
this
to.
other channel on Thursday, I don't remember the channel's name, but I'll tweet it out to everybody.
Okay, and yeah, what's your Twitter account?
At the FIRESHINE Project.
Okay, so it's at the Fireshine Project,
Yeah.
or if anybody puts in the word Fireshine in Twitter,
Yeah, it
it's
should
gonna
come.
come up. You'll get to see, all the beautiful artwork, and you'll see his tweets and stuff. Um, I'm very excited for you, man. I think this is going to be a great project. I think people are going to love it. Um, is there anything else you want to talk about with Fireshine? You want to tell any other secrets?
I don't
Oh,
want
hey,
to
John
know
Luke.
secrets, Adam. Stop trying
I want your secrets.
The secret is buy the book. But you already bought the book, so just wait, man. But
How
for
much for the
everyone
secret?
else,
I'll make you a deal.
buy
How
the
much for the
book. You
secret?
gotta see all the cool artwork and the cool acrobatic kung fu action, ninjas and all that stuff.
You got kung fu action in here?
Of course, it's all like choreographed, like
Very cool.
you know what I mean? It's all like high act, not like some books it's like one punch and the guy's dead. No, not my book.
Well, I know when the book starts, you go heavy into fighting right away.
Yeah.
Not a lot of boring stuff going on.
Not a lot of boring stuff at all.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Ro, thank you so much for coming on.
No problem, man.
Great
Always
talking with you. Great. I want to do another a big COMICSGATE tonight show with a bunch of other guys too. We could all laugh it up and have some fun too. But tonight's really important to me that we focus Fireshine, Fireshine, Fireshine. Everybody, go back Fireshine. It's still available. And there's a little cute face behind you,
little Sarah.
Sarah. Did she, would she say hi? Maybe real quick.
Say hi.
You, hi, Sarah. How you doing? Oh, you see that? This is the kind of guy that you want to support. It's the kind of guy that deserves more.
This is my son.
Look at those beautiful kids.
I started him
Hi.
when he was a baby.
Oh my God. How'd you guys get so big so fast?
I'm 5. He's 10.
Oh my God. Together you're 15.
All
Uh,
right.
bro, no, that was great. That was a great way to wrap the show. Thank
Yeah.
you. This is the guy that you're supporting. Look at this level of work and look what kind of man he is. He's there for his kids,
Yeah.
and look at the beautiful work and look at that happy smile on his face.
My kids
Ro,
love me. I'm an awesome dad.
you can't go wrong if your kids love you, man.
I can't wait until
And my daughter won't stop talking about Fireshine. She's every day. Are you
So
gonna make
proud of her,
toys?
man. Are you going to go into their school? Are
You're, huh?
you going to go into their school and talk about comics a little? When you're
I hope so. I wish. I don't know.
contact your contact both of the teachers, both your kids' teachers, and say, "Hey, I have a comic book coming out. I'd be happy to come talk to the kids one day if you want me to," and let them get thinking about it. You can do that. I did it before. It's so much fun.
Awesome. That's a
Yeah,
great. Yeah, I was thinking about that since last year.
you
If I
might
could-
sell some books. You you might even sell some books, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is it's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
really really great. Romaine, you're a great guy. You are totally Comicsgate. Thank God for you. Bless you and all the success to you, man. I'm going to see you online every day for many years to come.
I'll be here.
Thanks everybody
We
for
gotta meet up sometime, man. Aren't you in like New York somewhere?
absolutely Long Island. Where are you at? New
Jersey,
Jersey,
right
right?
here, man. Like we could meet up.
All right. You're in Jersey. We could meet up. All right. We're not going to tell people where, but yeah,
We're
we're
not
going to
gonna
do it.
tell people, but we're gonna meet up one day, and I'm gonna bring my book, and you're gonna sign it.
Oh, I'm absolutely. I owe you, Psycho. I got to get more copies of that book. Triumphant Unleashed #1 never looked so good.
Yeah.
All right, my man. I will talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks everybody for watching us.
Thanks, everyone. Back, Fireshine.
Backfire